everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dineo. This is Unlearn with Dineo, the home of introspection, facing our issues and healing generational patterns. Welcome to another episode. I'm really glad that you're here. I would like to discuss a subject that was sent in by my brother. So before I started this YouTube channel, I asked everyone, all of my close circles, guys, I want to open the YouTube channel. You guys know me, you know what we've talked about, what our encounter has been. What would you like me to tackle first on YouTube? And this was one of the many things that people sent. So this one was sent by my brother. I'll be tackling that on a weekly basis, all those questions and suggestions that were sent to me. So today we're talking about forgiveness. And if you remember, if you can go back to I link the video somewhere on top on this video, where I spoke about it doesn't matter who has hurt you, still your responsibility to heal yourself. So then the question that came in from my brother was about forgiveness, and I thought, okay, let me then address what I think forgiveness is. My definition really comes from what I've learned from Oprah Winfrey, from her shows and other related shows, and what she had said what forgiveness was has freed me. And I'm doing this because I would like for other people to attain that. But I feel that people don't do that because they think that forgiveness means what it doesn't mean. So maybe the definition of forgiveness needs to be clear. The benefits of forgiveness needs to be clear so that people can see it as something attractive, as something that is worthy to pursue, as something that is worthy to actually embrace and go after. Because I think the narrative of what forgiveness is actually repelling people from forgiving, because they think that forgiving is what it is not. So in simple terms, how I got to understand what forgiveness was, is that forgiveness is really giving up the notion that the past, and I'm paraphrasing here, that the past can be any different. In other words, if you keep replaying what's been happening and wishing that it hadn't happened and just going over and over in your head, how could they? Why didn't they do this? Why did they have to do that? Why weren't you there? Why did you say that? You know, in the moment when you are rehearsing that, replaying that over and over again, what you are actually doing is you are wishing that that particular thing had not happened. And what I got from that is that for as long as you are playing that over and over again, you are hating that person over and over again, you are going over what has gone wrong and you're repeating it out to the next person and the next person who listens and the next person who has a similar situation. Or like, well, you don't know, I've been through this, you don't know what so-and-so did to me, and we keep rehashing that. For as long as we keep doing that, we are in the moment wishing that it had not happened. Now, here's where I got it. Here's where it hit me. I can't do anything about the fact that that happened. There's nothing I can do. There's no amount of wishing, complaining, moaning that is ever going to make that go away. It has happened. We can get to a place where we can say it has happened. I accept that this has been done unto me. I accept that you, whoever you are to me, whoever I thought you were to me, whoever you were supposed to be to me, you did that to me. At that time, you weren't there for me at the time when I needed you the most, whatever it can be. For as long as I can get myself to a place of it has happened. You did do that to me. I accept that. It has hurt me. It has scarred me. It has humiliated me. It has injured me. It has traumatized me. You have broken me. You broke my lens. You broke my heart. If we can recognize that as the beginning of forgiveness, where the forgiveness process starts, that it starts with, yes, it has happened. Yes, I was fired because somebody did that. Yes, it has happened. Yes, I was raped. It hurts. My gut is feeling like, all bundled up. Whatever emotion is going on. If we can get to a point where we start by saying that it has happened, I feel that's the beginning of it, where we accept what was as what has happened. And I do not wish that it had been any other way, because there is no way I can make that possible. If it were possible to complain myself or to rehearse, to replay that to a point where enough of doing that will change the circumstances, I would do it. I wouldn't forgive. I would keep doing that, because then that would bring me the outcome that I want. But I keep repeating this over and over in my head, over and over in my heart when I speak about it, all those things. Whenever I think of you, whenever I see you, whenever I see a name or something that reminds me of you, I replay that tape. So I would like to introduce part of what forgiveness is as accepting what has happened for what it is, nothing else. That it has happened. There's nothing I can do about it. Now I give myself permission to go on with my life, even though this has happened to me. Now I get into the journey of whenever the thought of that comes, whenever the memory of that comes, I'm giving myself permission to leave it in the past. And if that then maybe becomes the second phase of forgiveness, that what forgiveness is, that whenever it comes, I'm going to keep reminding myself that this happened on the 4th of March, 2018. It is not happening right now. It is coming back into my mind right now. I choose to leave it on the 4th of March, 2018. It has happened. There is nothing I can do right now to make it to bring the outcome to be anything other than what it was. So the way I see it is that we've got forgiveness backwards, or we don't even know its orientation, let alone backwards. Basically, that to forgive is to say, when I forgive you, I'm waiting for your apology. So you see, when forgiveness is seen as me accepting the past for what it was, me leaving the past where it was, by way of whenever it comes, I keep saying this to myself until it feels better. It feels bad, it feels hurtful right now, but I'm going to keep leaving this in the past until I'm okay. If we can see forgiveness as that, you will see that you do not need an apology. You do not need an apology from the person. So then we think that in order to forgive, we need an apology. We need remorse. We need a change in behavior. We need all these things. And I would like to challenge that notion that forgiveness, when everybody says forgiveness is the gift you give yourself, whatever is going on inside you while you are unforgiving is hurting you as the host. And that's why everyone keeps saying it. I think the reason everybody keeps saying this is because they cannot really put it into words, or they've experienced the healing power of forgiveness and they're trying to put it into words. I feel that's what I'm trying to do, because I know what it felt like to hold on to the pain. I know what it felt like to hold on to the anger and the frustration and the resentment. I was the one crying. I was the one with the headaches. I was the one with swollen eyes because I was crying myself to sleep because of this. But as soon as I accepted that this has happened through a flaw, through a misjudgment, through malice, through, malevolent, whatever the case is, whatever the intention was, this has happened. Once I started walking that path, once I accepted what had happened to me for what it was, and then I moved into whenever the memory came back, dealing with the memory over and over again until the power of the memory died down. And then I paired up the piece I had then with the pain and turmoil I was going through while I was holding that person responsible for the pain that they had caused me, while I was burning up my own heart and my own emotions, thinking about them and hating them and cussing them out while I was thinking about them, and being frustrated and my heart beating extra fast when I see a picture of them, or somebody says anything that resembled them, or that sounded like they were talking something close to that reminded me of that person. I began to pair those two things up. And I could only appreciate the power of forgiveness after I had done that work and I had seen the peace that, okay. And I never got the apology. But I have the peace. I have the peace of knowing that, you know what? I have done the work and I have healed from that. Now my latest challenge is dealing with the next phase, because what I've realized is that when you heal on one level, there's always levels to healing. So now my biggest challenge is to use that same principle to deal with some of the more deeper things that I have to now heal. And that's a little tough for me, after walking the walk and like, what? I have this issue as well, and I decided, what? I want to go on this journey of healing my own generational patterns and my own issues. So I decided, let me start this YouTube channel. Let me go on this journey. I've done this before with other things. I'm now uncovering other things that I need to heal from. But parenting has a way of unearthing your childhood traumas. Marriage has a way of exposing you to you. So I just wanted to give an explanation, my own personal explanation of what is forgiveness, how it has impacted my life, and how I plan to move forward with forgiveness in my life, how I plan to apply it to my life. So before I go, tell me your definition of forgiveness. What do you think forgiveness is? That's question number 1. Question number 2, what is unforgiveness? Can you define what unforgiveness is? I haven't touched that one. I think I did a little bit, but that's my definition. Tell me, what is your definition of unforgiveness? Maybe in the defining of what unforgiveness is, or maybe our difficulty in defining it can reveal something. Maybe. Okay, thank you very much for listening so far. If you like the content, or if you'd like to join me on this journey of, facing our issues and dealing with these generational patterns and, our hurts, our traumas, if you'd like to take this journey with me, please subscribe to my channel, like this video if you enjoyed it, and share it with people that you think might find it worthy. Thank you so much. Have a great, great day. Keep well.